Dark Horse, overpass. It's 4 for 4 at Ascot. Wins another Winterbottom.
Today's midweek preview for Morley Mitsubishi, the home of the Mitsubishi Triton. Drive away the 4x2 Triton for $33,990 today. Go to Morley Mitsubishi, 212 Walter Road, Morley, or morleymitsubishi.com.au.
Thank you very much to the team at Morley Mitsubishi for sponsoring the preview. And, of course, all week, the Sports Daily is brought to you by the Gate Bar and Bistro. $49 tickets at thegatebarandbistro.com.au for their Melbourne Cup luncheon. $49. That's good value, Macca. Melbourne Cup Day, $49. You get a drink on arrival. You get a drink on arrival, a mystery bet, canapes, hot food station. Enjoy Cup Day outdoor in Perth's best beer garden. And there's a live band as well.
Fantastic.
It's nothing better than a good beer garden, is there?
Good bang for your buck, isn't it?
Oh,
Or a canapé. What's your favourite canapé, Darren?
Oh, canapes. In fact, I was listening to a
Arancini,
commercial
I reckon
coming
you
through.
strike
I think
me
we've
as.
got a commercial wrong there. It's canopies, they're saying on one of our
Oh,
commercials.
canopies.
But I always thought it was a canapé.
canopies hang over your head, don't they?
They do. Exactly right.
Now, have we got Chanel Cooper
I haven't
on the line?
got a favourite, by the way. Look, you know what's
Eat them all.
canapé? I don't know.
Shrimp.
Whatever they're dishing up on the day. What about is a spring roll and sweet chili sauce a canapé?
It's got to
You've
be
really
better than that,
branched
Macca.
out, haven't you?
Chanel
Showing my
Cooper.
cultural side there, Dix.
Yeah.
Chanel Cooper joins us on the midweek preview. Chanel, good morning to you. How's everything going?
Yeah, really good, yeah.
Great.
Travelling through the morning, good.
Good to hear. Chanel, now, you were going to have 3 rides on the day, but Sentimental Bell has come out of the last, so that leaves you with 2 for Grant and Alana, and the first of them is probably the best of them, and that being Hassani in race 1. What are you thinking here, Chanel?
Yeah, I think he's definitely my best chance for the day. He's proved really good his last 2 starts, and I think he is the best horse in the race.
Okay, he's 14 back to 12, albeit he is, I think, 5 or 6 weeks between runs. Is that distance any concern to you today?
A little bit of one. Obviously, he's proved good at the 14, and dropping back in distance is never ideal, but after a little freshen up, I think he should be able to handle it.
Hi, Shan. Good morning to you. Given the fact that you take the ride this afternoon, do you have much to do with Hassani in any of its work, getting an understanding, getting a feel of this horse before you take your first ride on him this afternoon?
He's not generally my track work ride, but this week Alana made sure I had 2 or 3 sits on him, and I did his last bit of gallops, and so I got a bit of a feel for him, and he's travelling good.
All right. Now, what about River Angel, who you did trial back on the 20th of October? This mare is first up today in race 2, the Class 1 1200.
Yeah, her trial, we just kept on the bit as the track was really wet and that, and she did okay in the trial, and she is first up 1200, so she's never been very good at settling. That's why she's been at the 1000, but this prep she's taken a really good big turnaround in her track work, and I think she should settle, no problem.
All right. So, Hassani, the best of your 2 today, as you flagged. What does the weekend look like, Chanel? Are you aware of what you've got upcoming?
I've got a few rides upcoming on Saturday, just the 2 at this minute. Good Yoga Pride would be my best of the 2.
Okay.
She's back off a little freshen up as well. Then I've managed to get Simple Living for Dan and Ben Pierce, so she'll also do a good chance.
All right. Good luck on Saturday and good luck today, Chanel.
Bit of rain out there this morning, TC, over the last hour or so. That's going to help Hassani's prospects, you would have to think, Chanel, when you look at the horse's good form from last campaign. Yeah,
bit of giving the ground should suit him nicely. So it was quite bad. We had a bit of a shower this morning.
All right. Go well, Chanel. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
No, thank you, guys.
When it rains, Darren, you could use a canopy, couldn't you?
You definitely, as you eat your canapé, under your canopy.
Talking of that rain around, it would have suited Sentimental Bell, but she has come out of race 7, so there's a few scratching on this card today, TC.
All right.
Kate Whitten, by the way. Kate Pateman won't be riding today. She's come off a couple of her mounts as well.
Kate Whitten won't either.
No, she won't be. No, she's co-training with Robbie.
That she is.
Belmont, 1,200 metres. Pay
You're
one or
becoming
two.
very unhinged in the
I'll tell you
final
what.
stages, the death throes
You
of
ain't
our
seen
lovely
anything
station.
yet.
I don't think it'll get better.
No, I can't imagine.
No.
I can't imagine.
We'll stick to form.
When we have to lay the beautiful Sports Daily to rest. I gave the station the breakfast show its name. You realise that, TC, when Gareth
It's your
came over
fault.
years ago.
Did you trademark it?
Well, I should have.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have. I'll have to go back and look at my copyright legal agreement.
Oh, take it. Maybe Sport FM
If
will
I
take
had one,
it.
I would.
Now, can I just give a little bit of a sports update before we get the markets for race one? Sam
why not?
Constas
Yes.
has been dismissed. He elected to let one go,
Oh,
Did he?
and it crashed into middle and leg. So Sam Constas out for 10. So that follows hot on the heels of Jake Weatherald failing as well. So we wait and see what the composition of that test squad is going to look like, but you would think that Sam Constas is now up against it.
all right. Race number 1 today at Belmont. Tab Touch. Have you got the touch handicap at 3-year-olds? 1,200 metres, pay 1 and 2 with only the 7 starters, so we might as well go through this full field. Hassani opened at $2.90, now out to $3.60. Spirited Strike, $5.50 into $4. The Mover, Diamond Warrior, $6 into $3.20. Now your favourite with Tab Touch. Thank God's at $12. Tiger Tank, $19. Dominant Force, $16. Intoxicating, opened at $4.20, now out to $4.60. Might start with you, Diggers, race number 1.
Well, you mentioned Diamond Warrior being the well-supported runner here at TC.
You surprised by that, Diggs?
I thought there might be some money, but not the volume, because you go back to his 2-year-old form, and it was solid enough, and the return was good. Now, they ran decent enough time over the 1,300 metres fresh on the 8th of October, 1:17.38 for 3-year-old maidens at a 1,300 on a good track. I think
Had
that's
a perfect run.
did, absolutely, but I don't mind the fact that 13 back to 12 here, and for my eye, or to my eye, Darren, looks like he's going to get a beautiful run.
What leads? Is it the other horse in the lime green and royal blue?
Quite possibly.
Tiger Tank?
Yeah, quite possibly. Barrier 4 comes out of that Kalgoorlie maiden when not disgrace behind Testaferro. That form has stacked up. There's a couple of horses here that have run behind Testaferro, one being Tiger Tank and then clearly Dominant Force as well, another one out of Neville's Yard. But I just thought Diamond Warrior with Brad in the saddle would get a beautiful passage.
Gee, I'm surprised. Really, I couldn't believe it when I saw 650 into 340. I went back and made sure I had another good look at that first up run. I thought it was a solid run. Did have an ideal trip throughout. What the volume of the backing again is, you have no idea. It's 650 into 340. I'm a little bit wary about all of that jump on board money early. It's more the markets, the following day that I think probably tell a far greater story of the betting because some of them are so far off the mark when you look at the horses that are backed and have been being backed. So, I'm just going to tread a bit warily in a race where Neville has 3 of the 7 runners. I think the quality is at the top. And it's one of the horses we've been speaking about in Hassani. And, I take your point there, back to 1,200 off a 6-week gap. But I think that the way this horse progressed off that first up run where he was very, very raw and then went bang, beat Fine Star, who won a next 2 starts.
Yes.
And then came out and won on a heavy 8 over 1,400 and beat Psalmtime Lucky, whose form had been terrific at that particular time. Barrier 2, down a kilo, bit of rain around this morning. I'm happy to go with Hassani at Belmont Park, where it's had 3 goes, the 2 wins. This is its track for the moment. Spirited Strike's the other one from Lou Luciani's yard, and Lou's got a pretty handy little team being brought up from Capel today. It got the job done at Northam in its maiden on soft ground, and then it went to a 1,200 at headquarters behind Vandula Jet. It took a bit of riding to come off the fence. I think it's still got some faults to sort out there. He's got a tendency to want to hang in a bit in his races. But, out of that race, you saw Think Pink Days come out and win on the weekend. So I think that's all the stronger form. Could be wrong here with Diamond Warrior, but I couldn't believe it. I took a second look. Head nearly spun off my shoulders, 650 into 340. Then 6 Dominant Force maybe. Next best, 1, 2, 3 and 6. But look, you know what, the punters could have got it right. Who knows?
Look, I certainly wouldn't talk anyone out of backing Hassani, given he is chasing a third win in a line, carries 58 after the claim. He's got a good racing pattern, and as Darren said, he won't be put off by a little bit of precipitation that we're seeing at the moment. So I just went the way of Diamond Warrior, thinking that this horse will take good benefit from that first up performance, gets a lovely run throughout here in a small field. It might be a tactical affair. Brad Parnham's as good as anyone when you get presented with races of that nature. 3 on top from 2, Spirited Strike. As Darren said, Lou's team's going along well. Chris won on this horse 2 starts ago, reunites today. 1 Hassani, obviously, and I think Intoxicating with William Pike going on, replacing the apprentice rider Jefferson Sang can come on. 3, 2, 1, 7. Good competitive start to the day.
Hasn't that been an enhanced form line, Diggs?
Yeah.
Off that first up run behind Nickiana, who took a big step forward by winning the last on Saturday.
Massive step, and ran the clock as well on the weekend. Yeah. It was a performance which I don't think anyone forecast, Nickiana, least of all myself. But yeah, terrific performance, and running third to Nickiana, beaten 2 3/4 reads well for this race. 3, 2, 1, 7.
3, 2, 1, 7 for Diggers. Darren with 1, 2, 3 and 6, race number 1 at Belmont. So we touched on it a little bit earlier, but Scott Embry was a late scratching, so you won't hear his voice this morning.
Everything okay with Slippery?
He didn't say what the issue was, but he just said late scratching. There is a text message here about canapes as well.
Yeah. What is it?
Best ones are party pies and sausage rolls.
They're good.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Publican food.
Yep.
About 5 o'clock.
Yeah, common men.
Down there with the salty chips and nuts.
Oh, nothing better.
Is that ideal? No good
salty
for you.
Nuts.
It's no good for your raspberry, but it's a really nice way to spend a late part of the day. I did it for years, TC. Diggs at the Ascot Inn. It was famous. Yeah, famous for about a 5 o'clock start. Stewie Dyke used to run the pub back in those days, and
every day?
Every racing man and his dog was in the front bar. But at 5 o'clock, I don't think it was every day, there were just copious amounts of pie and pasty, mini ones, out there on the bar with the chili chips. Had to be chili because clearly you have to drink more to, you know, hydrate yourself, Diggs. And we didn't know they were called canapes back then.
Canapes.
Diggs likes to go to the pies when he's hungover.
We called it drink sopper.
Drink supper.
That's your hangover food, isn't it, Diggers? The pies?
Yeah. 600ml Coke, pies and hot chips.
Orange juice.
Yeah, and orange juice will work as well. Diet of champions. Anyway, let's move on.
Cheers.
I think we're up to race 2. Share bets with Tab Touch Bet Loop Handicap, 1,200 metres. Again, pay 1 and 2 only, 7 starters. Boozac, 460 into 350. Sapito Express, 380 out to 420. Cryptic Joy, 480 to $5. Bird on a Wire, $12 into 9. Pygmalion, 360 to 380, pretty steady. River Angels, 550 out to $8.50. And Rubik's Love at $71, the outsider of the field. Darren, where do we start race number 2?
Well, as we mentioned, Lou's got a few horses here that have got undeniable claims, and I think that Pygmalion could well be the best of them. After getting the job done in its 1,100-metre maiden, where it did beat Salty Miss, who came out and then delivered a victory at her very next start. Then went into a far stronger race behind Just St. James and drew 9 of 11, and Jason Whiting had to take hold, drop back. He had no other option, forced to go back to the tail, and I thought that Pygmalion ran on very well. 34-3. I thought the last part of his gallop was very, very good, and I think here the extra 100, that gets him a tick. So I like the 3-year-olds. They're winning a lot of these races against the older horses right there at the very moment. Look, he might need an element of good fortune from the draw. It's a little tricky one, 7 of 7, but I think that he's got the ability to win this particular race. And I've landed on him, Diggs, Pygmalion for me, and a best.
Yeah, and a best as well. Yeah,
I'm going
fair
best.
enough. Yeah, look, he was terrific the other day, and now you look at his record and you go, well, he hasn't run at 1,200 metres. Well, the manner in which he attacked the line over the 1,100 the other day would suggest that the 1,200 is going to be perfect. Third up, nice and fit now. Yards going well. Horse racing well as well. You go back to those 2-year-old runs, you know, in the autumn. You look at it. On debut, second behind Schnitzelate.
Correct.
And then second behind Elite Bow. Tick, big ticks. So, yep, I can certainly see where you're coming from. I'm a sucker for punishment, as you know, so I'm going to side up with Busak.
Are you?
What are you hotting about?
Nothing.
Well,
I was reading something else.
no, you weren't. I thought the trial was good. No shades on in the trial. Got to the line nicely.
Didn't shoot the lights out, I didn't think, in the trial. But there again, as you've touched upon there, no shades.
Yeah, 60 kilos, small field. Does have a turn of foot and can settle handy.
He's one from 12. One from 12. That's my concern.
Yeah, but you're right. The yard's going super. Lactar has a really good association with this horse.
Certainly does.
Look, there's not many horses in here that have shot the lights out, to be fair. Some very much in the early stages of their careers. But I just thought Busak, off the back of that trial and from that gate, gets cups on today. He wasn't the worst way to go in what, again, is a competitive little race.
Mitch Pateman elected not to go to the Avon Valley on Sunday with Serpedo Express, scratching the horse there that day, having its third run in the preparation. It's got the benefit of fitness going into it more and more. Tended to think that it was probably the danger to Pygmalion if I was going to pick one out that could roll my choice in the race. I went 5 from 2 Serpedo Express, the fine star form, even before that at Bunbury, 3 grands, ticking over really well in that class. 1 Busak, and I'll put River Angel in, although it's just starting to get a bit shaky in the betting market there, but respect, of course, for the yard. 5, 2, 1 and 6.
Yeah, 1 Busak on top from 5 Pygmalion, 3 Cryptic Joy. I know he was beaten out of sight the other day by Delta Sun, but low draw on the spin, and his best is capable of being competitive in a race of this nature. And 2 Serpedo Express, who could all intents and purposes, depending on what Chanel elects to do with River Angel, could find the top and give some cheek. 1, 5, 3 and 2.
1, 5, 3 and 2 for Diggers. Darren with 5, 2, 1 and 6. Asterix Pygmalion, the best of the day. Cryptic Joy, if he was able to repeat what he did first up last campaign, he'd be winning Saturday races.
I know.
Not sure what's happened there.
He's just, I think he's a horse who's got a little niggle or two.
All right, to race number 3 at Belmont. We'll skip through this one before we get to the traffic. MCA Polytrack Handicap, 1,000 metres, Class 3, pay 1 and 2 only. 7 starters. At Coondle at $6. Sunlit Fresco at $6.50. Call of Duty at $8.50. Mag Nakash, $4.20 into $3.30. Long Service Leaf, the favourite at $2.60 currently, did open at $3.60. Olivia's Me Mama, $11. Hot Chatter, 100 to 1. Digby.
What do you do with Long Service Leaf, Darren? Was very good, winning that 3-year-old maiden over the 1,000 metres on the 24th of September, midway through this month. Went around at $1.55.
So what do you do from barrier 7 of 7? You can't get near the lead. For a start, you've got Sunlit Frisco in 2. You've got Olivia's Me Mama in 3. And you've got Coondle in 5, all drawn inside of you. I think Chris has got to just take some medicine here and go back, and then if there is a back to follow over the 1,000, maybe that's the best option. I don't think it can come out positively without being caught in no man's land.
There is some tempo here, you would think.
Oh, there's stacks.
Yeah, which might work in his favour.
Yeah, well, I think that's exactly the reason I've tipped Long Service Leaf. I think the harder they go, the better they'll like it there with this 3-year-old. Given the fact that it got the job done in that maiden for 3-year-olds first up and produced good numbers, overall time was very good. He went to a 12. It was a funny run race, wasn't it? It was sort of stop-start. Followed the leader in a race there where they went much slower than I'm sure Chris Parnham would have liked. And then he just got beaten to the punch there when the sprint went on. He's down 3 kilos. He's back to 1,000. I think if he can find a tail to follow, the horse has got ability. We saw that in the trials leading up to the debut victory. I think that he can make amends here, and I'm prepared to forgive that last start effort when he was a beaten $1.55 favourite. Some won't forgive. I think under those circumstances we might have to.
It would be no shock if he was to flood down the middle of the straight here at Belmont today and win.
No, absolutely.
Oryx runner, Magic Cash, Pike, fresh records, excellent.
Yeah, thought that the trial was good, had a bit of juice in the ground, tracked up on pace. Thought he was held together, sat there deep going back in a run in July where he toughed it out really well to Earth God. Had one other run, put him in the paddock after that. One thing about this mare is that She's very good first up, Diggs, as you can clearly see.
Yep.
2 for 2, both on soft ground. We've got rain around here this morning. So one thing you know about her is that she'll hit the bullseye nice and early in the preparation. And you've mentioned it, Willie's on board. You've got a lovely low draw. Has to be very hard to beat. I think Koondal also comes into it. It's the one that tracked the rail throughout, didn't have to go around a horse. But gee, got beaten by a talented one.
Correct, yeah.
Elite Bow got him that day, and I thought he held his ground pretty well. Koondal's in the mix. He's always thereabouts in these type of races. Sunlit Fresco's coming out of 3 successive 66-plus races, back to a 54-plus Class 3. You'd think that this is going to be easier. You know it's going to jump, hit the bunny hard, barrier 2. It'll be there for a way. Might get a bit tired late. But I thought that 5, 1, 4, 2 might be the numbers here in the third.
I just sided up with Ike and William here, given this mare is lethal fresh. She's 2 for 2, and as you said, Darren, I don't mind the little bit of rain that is around. So she gets a soft draw. She'll just park behind that speed, you would think, and no one zaps them better than William. So 4 on top from 5, Long Service Leaf, expecting him to bounce back today. 1, Koondal, and 6, Olivia's Me Mama, who was very, very good behind Just St. James. We'll get a form reference guide earlier in the day. 4, 5, 1 and 6.
And Macca, you were with 5, 4, 1 and 2.
I was indeed.
All right, good. I was on the ball. So just that horse you tipped for 4th there, Diggers?
Olivia's Me Mama.
All right, beautiful. Just to clear that up for the listeners.
Then.
You're listening to the midweek preview for Morley Mitsubishi. Drive away the Triton GLX 4x4 dual cab for $45,990 today. Go to Morley Mitsubishi, 212 Walter Road, Morley, or morleymitsubishi.com.au.
Well, hopefully as we get through the later part of this program, we'll be able to duck in tomorrow morning to Morley Mitsubishi, buy a new car on the back of your two gentlemen's tips.
Yeah, absolutely. Brad's our man.
Yeah,
Brad's our man. He'll be there with us on Saturday morning once again.
Yes, he will.
Yep.
Looking forward to that. They're absolutely knocking the door down there at the moment. Buyers with their Triton specials and their Pajero specials. They're doing it all.
Yep. Had to
Mitsubishi Morley.
reinforce the doors too. Just keep getting bashed down.
They do.
12 and 13, scratched race number 4, Drummond Golf Maiden. It's over the 1,200 metres, 3:30 into 2:45. Marley Song is the favourite, $21 about rocking in Vegas. Guarantor $6. Going down the board looking for market movers. $4.60 Western Jet, pretty solid. Simon Miller on the program yesterday gave that horse a good push, expecting good things. Zali's gift at $7.50, solid at that quote as well. And Kawara, number 10, $8 into $6.50. So a little bit of support there for the Neville Parnham runner.
Now, Darren, you were a little bit so-so about the trial of Busak. What did you make of the trial of the stablemate Marley's Song?
Good late,
Yep.
yeah, sort of back out behind them early on in the trial, and I thought finished along nicely. It had run second to Jessalupa back there in June. Jessalupa came out the other day and was beaten 8 lengths in a maiden at Northam. I'm not quite sure what to do with Marley's Song. I think it's in the mix. It's certainly, I think, hard to beat. This is a difficult race. No push for me. This is an even maiden. And now that 3 Virgos has come out, we can see horses firming up and some of the values come out of it. For the one that I'm selecting anyway, and I'm no wiser for having tipped the horse. I'm just going to go for one that was around $9.50 early in the markets, and it's the Playing God filly Kawara.
Okay.
Just on the basis that the run here, beaten 3.5 to Heaven Specified, is actually a good run because it was off the course. The trial, it led, and it was beaten by Kazana, who came out and won out of that very trial. So I thought from barrier 3, it drops a click in the weights. Chris Sticks, I thought maybe at each way odds, you could have something on 10 Kawara without being bullish. As I say, it's an even race. Marley's Song definitely through the trial without a doubt there, and the fact that it has been placed at 3 of 3, you know that he'll get the line and he'll certainly be very competitive. Then you've got horses like Azali's Gift back into a maiden. It was caught up in a bit of that muddlingly run race, a blanket finish there, and I thought it held its own late. Guarantor's the other one that had very consistent form before a light break, and I think that form will probably hold as well. So 10 for me. It's still each way. You're looking at $6.50 over 1, 3, 8, somewhere in that order.
So your numbers again, Darren?
10, 1, 3, 8.
Yeah, same 4 for me, different order. I thought the trial of Marley's Song was good. Now, he did wear shades in the trial, had a bit of a checkered passage in the straight, couldn't get a crack at them late, was only beaten half a length. So, barrier 5, again, we've seen this horse run around in Saturday company, and I'm just thinking a race of this nature, coming back from that last campaign, is pretty good form for... I didn't think it was a deep maiden, particularly with the scratching of 3 Virgos.
It's not a deep maiden.
So one, Marley Song, has been well found in the market, understandably so. I'm with you in regards to Zali's Gift. I thought that first up fourth, when sort of pushed around the corner and into clear air to make a run, was decent enough. Now, Testy Pharaoh won that race, only beaten a length was Zali's Gift. This filly, Testy Pharaoh, ran 10th, I think it was in the Belgravia, only beaten 2, a bit of a bunch finish, but he looks to be a horse with some upside, so that's decent enough form lines. And then I've gone the Neville Parnham pair, Guarantor, the 3 and 10 Kawara, but thinking Marley Song can break through at start number 4 today, TC.
Numbers?
1, 8, 3 and 10.
1, 8, 3 and 10. That's to go with Macca's 10, 1, 3 and 8. Same numbers, a little bit of a different order. Race number 5 at Belmont, the Schweppes Handicap, Class 3, 16.50 the Journey, scratch 3 and 9. $3.90 did get out to as much as $4.40. I'm Crafty, $4.20 into $2.35. Summers Legacy, $3.70 out to $4 Shorter. Only just got out last time, but got the job done.
Yep.
And other one in single figure is Sideshow at $9.50. Did touch as much as $12, so a little bit of backing there. All right, Diggers, race number 5. How do we go here?
Well, I thought there was a beautiful sense of timing about the Bondi mare trained by Grant and Alana here, Darren. That being Summers Legacy, 14, now gets to 16.50, and for the first time this time in gets the services of one William Pike.
Absolutely. Building into a win without a shadow of a doubt. Did Lucy have the call? Summers Legacy, she's been on board both runs this prep.
She has.
She's been on Shawler, both outings this prep.
I would think that if William is making himself available, Grant and Alana are pretty keen to use, and that's not being disrespectful to Lucy, but no. I do not know the answer.
I think you're right in terms of this mare building towards a victory now that she's had a couple of those foundation runs so far at 14 and now stepping into a 1650. I think this is good territory now. I think that she's the way to go. What impressed me about Shawler the other day was going absolutely nowhere. So to be able to quicken off a step the way that Shawler did and claim a victory from what looked to be an absolute certain defeat, I thought was tremendous. Remarkable effort to be able to do what he did. Whether he does that again today and whether that's a flash in the pan with a rise to a Class 3, it remains to be seen. But I think it's the danger. I'm Crafty's got a lot of weight here, Diggs. Does drop back into a Class 3. It's going to be a bit more suitable, but 61.5. That's, a pretty reasonable horse's weight.
I think he deserves that weight. Clearly, he is a Class 3. But when you look at those runs, yes, he was successful first up and he beat Ukai, but then ran 8th, beaten 3 3/4 by an Asphalt. We saw what Asphalt did on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then Wembenyana, Max got this horse absolutely flying at the moment. Again, he was 8th, only beaten 2.5. So this is a really significant drop in grade for a horse of Crafty's ability levels, I would have thought.
It's definitely in the trifecta play.
Yep.
Sideshow, I thought, might be the other of them.
Yep.
I think the options drop away fairly significantly after that. Some may make a case for modelistic, but I'm definitely 2 over 5, 1 and 8.
2 me, Summers Legacy, from 1 on Crafty, 8 a Sideshow and 5 a Shawler. 2, 1, 8 and 5 in the 5th, TC.
2, 1, 8 and a 5 for Diggers. Zamaka with 2, 5, 1 and 8. Again, same numbers and a little bit different order. Race number 6 at Belmont. Glenroy Chaff Handicap, 50-plus rated event over the 2,100 metres. 1 scratching, and that's number 12, Lead by Example. $2.40 the favourite, Startling Star. $2.80 into that $2.40 quote currently. $8 into $5.50 Dandy's Gems. $7 into 6 L Unique. $8.50 the drifter Zucchino out to $10. High Precision is another drifter. $6 out to $12. And Pretty Steady Salary Man around that $11 quote currently with Tab Touch. Startling Star gets the services of Clint Johnston Porter on Macca. Is it the way you were going?
Well, yes, he takes over from younger brother Zeph, and Startling Star is a horse, no doubt, that is bred to win a Group 1. But this is a far cry from that. It's an interesting one, listening to Michael Grantham this morning suggesting that this could be her swan song run without being too premature in regards to it. So does that mean that she's tailing off? She's getting towards the end? Is that what we read into it, or not? I think that she's certainly going to be very competitive. It's not a race I like. Zuma Chino is another one that could be building out of a maiden at Northam over 2,200. It's had a couple of runs now, and it's improving with each and every run, no doubt. She hangs in there at each way odds. The one that they have back, Dandy's Gem, is the one that interests me. 8.50 into 5 it was. It's been knocking on the door. How much of an impact these blinkers will make on the mare today remains to be seen, but I'm going to roll the dice and say that it could be reasonably significant. I've just got a gut feeling about it, and I think the Dandy's Gem could be the way to go with Zuma Chino, Startling Star. So if the three of them just absolutely clear out, well, then it won't come as a great shock. But they're my top three. I've got more questions than answers for the race. I think that Salary Man is probably there somewhere around the mark with Max Stables going so well, but not with a great deal of conviction at all, Diggs, to be honest. 5-3-2-9 I've gone.
You've got a part owner behind you too, Darren.
And Salary Man, Sophie.
Yes,
birthday. Happy birthday to Sophie Stone as well, our producer.
Stoney's in the window.
Yeah,
28th birthday.
41.
Oh, that's a bit harsh, isn't it?
How old do you think she is, TC?
Oh, no.
She won't mind.
You don't declare
don't
them
do
on air.
No.
The age, do you?
No.
That's Cardinal sin.
Don't tell anyone on air that she's 34.
Okay. I've high precision, absolutely none in this race. The market says no.
No.
Okay. Gee whiz.
Call me market.
Oh, yeah. Am I off my head there, TC? You've done a little bit of form. High precision. Pycon replaces a junior rider.
Well, 3 out of 42 is not a big strike rate, Diggs.
No, but it is a 50 plus 2100, Darren.
Yeah, true.
So there's no Mackay Divas running around.
And it is Pike from a claiming apprentice.
Yeah. And look,
yes, it's got a great chance.
Thank you. I've got it on top 7. I think one of the better bets on the day. No, I'm actually thinking high precision here, albeit, granted, she is out the gate. I just thought the addition of Pike. Now, she does get to the 2,100 metres today, and she's been in work a while, but she'll be rock hard fit. I suspect that William will ride her conservatively, and maybe, just maybe, she can run you a race at an each-way quote. From 2, Startling Star, you heard from Michael. CJP takes over. She's bred to be pretty good. 5, Dandy's Gem, money on, cups on, and 3, Zuma Chino, who got that maiden out of the way the other day in a bit of a slogging go at Northam. 7 each way from 2, 5 and 3.
7, 2, 5 and 3 for Diggers with an asterisk. And Darren with 5, 3, 2 and 9 in race number 6.
Without an asterisk.
Without an asterisk. Yes. All right, beautiful. Race number 7 on the program, 1,400 metres, the Morley Growers Market Handicap. 60-plus rated event, 2 and 3 come out, as we've spoken about. Sentimental Bell out, Grand Reserve comes out as well. Well-supported Rain Line, Scott's Best, $3.80 into $2.50, $4.60 to $4.40 Sir Dream a lot, so pretty solid, not too much to make of that. $9.50 into $8 Mia Gusto, $11 into 9 Ishkur, $12 about Sparkle Corner, and then the next best in the market is at $19 Secret Identity. Diggers, how do we go?
Well, look, Rain Line, it was great to see a breakthrough for Dan and Ben and Danelle. William Pike jumped on last start, won that West Speed Platinum on the second day upon our return to Ascot. Darren, I made her the best of the day, the start prior at York. And as much as she wasn't beaten far by Pretty Divine, she was never, ever going to win that race. And I must admit, after that race, I thought, well, she might not win again.
Oh.
And then she goes there into town and salutes. And today she's very much in the market. Do you have her on top, Darren?
I do, because, well, I think one of the significant aspects to her victory last start was Pikey getting back on board, because he just seems to be the man, doesn't he? He's had, well, she's won 2 out of 13. He's been on board both times. He's had 4 rides on her, and outside of the 2 winning rides, he's been placed on her twice. So Rain Line is logically, I think, for me, the way to go in a pretty thin race, actually.
So you're saying she's a Pike horse?
along with a whole conga line of other
88% of the animals in WA.
horses too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's something we say without thinking these days, but that just goes with the territory with Willie. Wasn't he something else on the weekend?
Oh, he's been something else since
I know he has been.
Ascot, hasn't
he has. He's just absolutely taken Ascot by the scruff of the neck, but he's riding on Sunday again at Northam.
Well, a day that he's dominated, isn't it? Northern Cup Day.
Loves the day.
But Wembanyama ride, on opening day along the rail, and then the Black Aura. Like that she was impossible turning for home, Black Aura.
Just something about the way he keeps them in balance around that corner.
Yep.
Some of them hit that corner a little bit too hard. They can lose some balance. He just collides into it.
One thing with William you rarely see is him flush them around the corner. Always waits, balance up, and then from there it's like, okay, I've now got a horse under me which is ready to go. I'll chart a path.
And if you get beaten, well, bad luck, you got beaten either by bad luck or you got beaten on your merits. But that's what he does do. He just seems to be able to sit, and that patience, waiting, guiding, seeing runs before they're or about to eventuate, and then knowing that he has got enough horsepower underneath of him to give them a kick and then put them there and then see what happens after that. Normally what happens is always pretty good.
I think we get a lot lately without the whip too.
Yeah.
A lot of hands and heels.
He never has been a big stick rider, though. He's always been a strong, mainly hands and heels rider.
One thing TC mentioned, it's right, he keeps them balanced. He keeps their head balanced. He holds on to it as long as he can. And he's very good also on horses when they're striking wet ground. Like he cuddles them as much as he can rather than sort of flops and falls all over them, which some jockeys can do. But no, he's next level, that we know. And when he gets back to Ascot, he just shines.
And confidence, when he has that confidence and he's in the zone, and it's almost a blinkered zone where he goes to when he's in this particular form. So wonderful to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, even from a broadcaster's point of view, I've got to say, and I've said this to many people over the years when I've been asked, who's the best jockey? Well, there's been lots and lots of very good jockeys that I've seen right here. Anyone better than Willie Pike? No. I was lucky enough to get the tail end of Frank Treen, and he does remind me in many, many ways of Treen's style and balance and reluctance to go for the stick, unless it was really the last call. I don't think I've seen too many better that give us more magic moments these days. He's got some good opposition out there and, some good riders in WA, but, Willie's just head and shoulders, I think, above anyone else I've seen.
Numbers in the last, Darren.
I'm going to go 11. Rain Line, because of that Pike factor again, and good to see it win, as you say, for the Pierces the other day. 10 Mi Augusto, 52.5. This has been a bit of a fine for Greg Kersley's stable, and our broadcasting colleague here within the station, Richard Bell, a part owner, he'll be getting a thrill out of this one. So it's turned the corner, ran second to Pin Deep 2 starts ago, beaten a fair margin, came on a lot at 1,300 at its next start. The way that it finished off, I think that she'll go to 1,400 here, and she'll go very well with no weight on her back. 9-ish Kerr gets Lucy, senior rider this afternoon, little gear change, going well enough now in this field. That important scratching of Sentimental Bell opens up an opportunity for others, I think, and it could be Sir Dream-A-Lot from a very much informed Josh Crispin-Yard that gets back into a 60-plus off the back of a Ron Sayers in Cal and a 66-plus to Black Aura. So I'm 11, 10, 9, 1. Diggs in the last.
Yeah, I'm with Rainline. I'll get back on board. The Rainline Express, expecting her to go back-to-back today with William in the saddle. From 9, Ishkur, for the reasons outlined. 10, Mi Augusto, exactly right, and 1, Sir Dream-A-Lot. So it's very similar to yourself, Darren, but thinking Rainline can win again.
All right, 11, 9, 10 and 1 for Diggers. Darren with 11, 10, 9 and 1. We'll take a break. We'll come back shortly with the best bets.
You're listening to the midweek preview for Morley Mitsubishi. Drive away the Triton GLX 4x4 dual cab for $45,990 today. Go to Morley Mitsubishi, 212 Walter Road, Morley, or morleymitsubishi.com.au.
Welcome back, and a big thank you once again to the team there at Morley Mitsubishi. All right, gentlemen, Darren McCauley, we'll start with you. Best bet, please.
Pygmalion, race 2, number 5.
Yeah, just the one?
That'll do.
Yep, all right.
Yeah.
My best, race 5, number 2, Summer's Legacy. I think third up today. She strikes a very winnable assignment.
Race 5, number 2. Do we have a play of the day?
I'll make mine race 1, number 1, Hassani, into race 2, my best, Pygmalion, and then round it out in the last with 11, Rainline. We'll take a little 3-race multi.
Oh, all right. All wins.
Why not?
Yep. No, I'm just asking.
Yep.
Digby?
My play of the day, TC, is Summers' Legacy to win and Boo's Sack to run top 2. He's $1.80 to run a place. I think he can run top 2. That is $4.23. So Boosack to place into Summers' Legacy to win.
Race Boozack is?
Race 2, number 1.
2.
Sorry. And my lay of the day, just because he sneaks in, Speedo Express, who comes out of that Boosack race. I did have him in, I think, for 4th. He's $4.20 at the moment. I'll make him my lay.
Mine will be at 3:20 Diamond Warrior. Race 1. Let me say this, though, that I have been the reverse Mick the Mocker for some time now. Every one of my lays is winning, so there you go.
Well, so's mine. I have Nicky Arna as my lay. Scotty and I had Nicky Arna as our lay.
It's disappointing, isn't it?
Can I just give the Manning Bowling Club a quick plug there next Monday night? It's on again, TC. You've been there many times, of course. The famous, very famous Melbourne Cup, Calcutta. Monday night, 5 o'clock, Challenger Avenue in beautiful downtown Manning, just up the road from where Tom used to live. And they'll be doing it again with their great food, their dinner service, their very, very modestly priced drinks, and a great bit of fun there with the Calcutta. Big pool always gets to, what do we get, over 30,000 as a rule, easily.
Never seen any of it.
So, things could change. We'll see you there Monday night, everyone. Manning Bowling Club, Melbourne Cup, Calcutta.
Beautiful. And, of course, the Gate Bar and Bistro.com.au, tickets for the Melbourne Cup lunch, and they're $49. You get a canopy, a mystery bet, a drink on arrival, a hot food station, and enjoy Cup Day outdoors in Perth's best beer garden with tab facilities, Macca. I think you'll be busy that day.
Will be.
All right. Good calling today.
Cheers, mate.
Talk to you tomorrow, Diggers.
You will indeed.